Hi, I'm professional sports handicapper Ross Benjamin of rbwins.com. It's time for another edition of my NFL regular season win totals. Today we're going to be covering the Philadelphia Eagles. Boy, oh boy, folks, time flies as we're in part 27 of a 32-part series. There's 6 teams left to cover, including today. Look, if you've missed the first 26 episodes, they're going to be pretty pertinent for the next 2 months before the NFL regular season begins. You can go right to our OSGA YouTube channel. All the archives are right there for you to watch and listen to. And while you're there, subscribe to our channel. It costs you absolutely nothing. There's no strings attached, and it's a good way to support us and keep these videos alive. And also, at the end of this video, be sure to give me a like. I certainly would appreciate it. It's I don't ask for a lot, just small little things here, and nothing's coming out of your pocket. So let's get right to today's video. The Philadelphia Eagles last year were 9-7. They finished atop the NFC East division, and in doing so, they made the playoffs, obviously, but they did not get one of the top 4 seeds. They played in the wild card round and were knocked off by the Seattle Seahawks on their own home field, 17-9. Now, high expectations for the Eagles this year. After coming off that division crown, a lot of people felt that the Eagles underachieved the season ago, and a lot of that might have to do with their wide receiver core really been depleted by injury, and we'll get to that a little later. Right now, let's take a look at the regular season win total, which according to a consensus of the offshore and Las Vegas sports books is at 9.5, and to go over 9.5 regular season wins on the Eagles, it comes at money line odds of -125, and to go under at money line odds of -105. The Eagles offensively finished in the upper half of most statistical categories offensively last season. Carson Wentz, after 2 years of being plagued by injuries, was able to put in a full season, 16 regular season games and the 1 playoff game. All starts for Carson Wentz. And he had a pretty good year. I mean, over 4,000 yards passing, 27 touchdowns against 7 interceptions. And it's paramount that Philadelphia keeps Carson Wentz healthy this year. The prior 2 years before last season, he missed a total of 17 games, including the playoff action. And a couple years ago when Philadelphia won the Super Bowl, let's remember, Carson Wentz went down with an injury at the end of the regular season, near the end of the regular season. He was replaced by backup Nick Foles, and Foles led Philadelphia to a Super Bowl title. So it's not like they can't do it without him, but I don't see a quarterback on the roster the caliber of Nick Foles right now as a backup. So, again, Philadelphia is going to go as far as Carson Wentz takes them offensively. As far as their wide receiver group, I did touch upon the fact they were unable to stay healthy last year. And it's amazing that Philadelphia was able to win a division with all the injuries they had at that position. Now, their 2 top receivers, as far as veterans go, that are slated to be starters are Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson. Both are top caliber NFL receivers when healthy. But, you look at the time that both of these receivers has missed over the last 2 years, and it's very concerning. As a matter of fact, Deshaun Jackson has not played an entire season without missing a game since 2013. They're going to be joined at wide receiver. The third wideout is slated to be rookie first-round draft choice Jalen Reagor out of TCU. Reagor showed some big play capability in college. It must be noted, though, he had 30 less catches last year than he did the year before at TCU. When he had over 70 catches and averaged over 18 yards per catch. At tight end, the Eagles are in fabulous position here. Zach Ertz, one of the best in the game over the last 2 seasons, 204 catches, over 2,000 yards and 14 touchdowns. And last year, The Eagles' backup tight end, second tight end, depending on what formation they were in, Dallas Goedert, he amassed 58 catches for over 600 yards and 6 touchdowns. You can't get much better production at the tight end position than Philadelphia received a season ago, and they needed it with all those injuries to wide receiver. Miles Sanders, coming into his second year in the NFL, his rookie campaign with Philadelphia was a productive one. He accumulated over 1,300 yards of total, or I should say 1,300 total yards from scrimmage, and he also scored 6 touchdowns. Look for a big campaign out of Miles Sanders. If he could stay healthy, we're looking at a running back that probably will top over 1,000 yards and have between 1,600 to 1,700 yards of total offense from scrimmage. Their defense was fairly good last year. I really liked their defensive line. I think it was outstanding. As a matter of fact, the Eagles against the run last year allowed just 90.1 yards per game, and that was third best in the NFL. The problem with the Eagles was their pass defense and stopping opposition passing attacks. And some of that falls on the defensive line. If they had one flaw, they were unable to get sustained pressure on quarterbacks or get to the quarterback via sack. So that area needs to improve. As in their linebacking crew, I have a little bit of doubt with that crew right there. And their secondary is a little bit shaky. We'll see how that pans out this year. But if I have a concern with the Eagles, in addition to the health status of their wide receivers and the durability, I should say, of their wide receivers, it's their defense. The schedule, I mean, it's very tough schedule. You're looking at facing AFC North teams and NFC West teams as your non-division games, in addition to facing Green Bay, who won the NFC North, and New Orleans, who won the NFC South last year. So that's an extremely difficult schedule. On the road, they're going to have to go to Dallas, as they always do, Green Bay, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and San Francisco. Remember, Cleveland is a team that vastly underachieved last season. I think they're going to be much better this go-around, and they're going to contend for a playoff spot, in my opinion. And the Pittsburgh Steelers get Ben Roethlisberger back, who missed 14 games a season ago. And, of course, the San Francisco 49ers are the defending NFC champions, and the Green Bay Packers, like I alluded to, that went 13-3 and won the NFC North last year. Their home games aren't going to be any picnic either, as they faced Baltimore, won 14-2 a season ago. I mentioned New Orleans, who was 13-3 last year. Seattle, who won 11-5 and was an NFC wildcard team. And the Rams, who despite not making the playoffs, still posted a 9-7 record. And those 4 teams won a combined 47-17 last year. I think that's an extremely difficult schedule to navigate through. I'm going to make a pick on the Eagles going under 9.5 regular season wins at money line odds of -105. That's Philadelphia under 9.5 regular season wins at money line odds of -105. Again, folks, subscribe to our channel. Give this video a like. The New York Giants are up next. Until then, God bless and take care.